Alright guys, so in today's video we're gonna react to this fellow YouTuber called His Story. He's about to hit 4 million subs and he gives away an iPhone when he hits 4 million. So let's react to one video.
My mom and I were driving home when the car flew off the road and headed straight for a tree. Mom, stop! She was stomping the brake pedal, but the car wasn't slowing down.
Somebody took out the intermission thing of the car. I don't know who.
And we slammed into the tree. Blood was pouring down her face from where her head hit the windshield. So I ripped off my shirt and pressed.
Bro, ripped off. You have your shirt under. What do you mean you ripped off your shirt?
It against the gash until the paramedics came. They loaded her into the ambulance, and at the hospital, the doctors told me her condition was critical, and they didn't know if she'd make it. I loved my
I actually don't know if she's gonna make it. I hope she makes it.
More than anything, and I fell apart right there with my head in my hands. Moments later, my siblings showed up, and I felt relieved thinking they were here to support us. But my
I swear if they start crashing out, I will crash
sister walked up to me. Who saved her? I wiped my eyes. I did. Instead of thanking me, her face twisted in anger. Why didn't you just let her die? I froze. What? My brother stepped closer. We cut the brakes. She was supposed to be alone in that car. We wanted her to die. My stomach dropped. My own siblings tried to kill our mom. Why the hell would you do that? My brother shrugged like it was nothing. We're done waiting for our inheritance.
You're so greedy.
Broke and need money. Her house should be ours. Our mom gave them everything, but they wanted more. My sister walked over to the nurse. We can't afford her treatment. Can you just pull the plug? The nurse
Why do you want to pull the damn plug, you stupid little idiot?
horrified, but said she'd have to file some paperwork first. The second she left, my brother said, I can't wait any longer, and walked over to mom's machines, grabbing the cord like he was
Don't
My
do
mom and
that.
shot up and grabbed his wrist. It was
Yes, mom. Mom. The mom was alive the whole time.
Mom. She was conscious and listening the entire time. Get your hands off my machine. My siblings went pale, and my sister backed up a
What?
step. Mom, you don't understand.
Get out.
I understand everything. I heard all of it. She struggled to sit up and pointed at the two of them. I sacrificed everything for you two, and you still want more.
I know.
You don't even visit me. He's the only one who does. She reached over and held my hand
That's how
without
I
taking
am.
her eyes off them. Everything I have goes to him now. You two won't get a dime from me
Bet.
ever. Before they could say a word,
Bet.
the nurse appeared in the doorway with the paperwork, and her face was cold. I saw you pulling on her cord. That was attempted murder, and I already
I know it is.
called the police. My mom and I,
see this
my little
video.
brother called me from the police station and said, I swear to God, those drugs weren't mine.
Should we trust this guy or no? Should we actually trust him or no?
The time I got there, Officer Reyes had already filed the report. 16 grams in my brother's backpack. My brother had never touched drugs in his life, but Reyes smiled when I said that, like innocence was a joke he had heard too many times. He tapped the report. 16 grams is possession with intent to sell. Then he nodded toward the awards on his wall.
Guys, how much even is 16 grams?
I didn't become head of the drug unit by going easy on people. I have more drug arrests than anyone in this county, and I'll be sergeant by next year. That was when I understood my brother was not a person to him. He was another arrest. I wrote 16 on the back of a receipt and told my brother, I'm handling this myself. I drove home and immediately pulled up Reyes's public cases. I searched court records, arrest logs, and old news blurbs until his name kept showing up beside the same charge. The first match was a kid from Riverside. Same officer, same report, same 16 grams. Then
Wait, is that actually a real kid? Wait, what?
a woman from East Side who did 2 years before her case collapsed. Same 16 grams, then another, then another. I pulled the files myself, and every evidence photo looked staged. A plastic bag placed neatly in a backpack pocket, a purse flap, a glove box. Reyes was not finding drugs. 16 grams was big enough to...
She was faking it, chat. He was faking it, chat. He was buying drugs for himself and he was putting it into the bags. Why would he do
ruin
that?
a life, and small enough to make every arrest look routine. The next night, Reyes showed up outside my apartment while I was carrying another file from my car. He took it
Okay,
from my
little
hand,
bro.
glanced at the name, and smiled. You keep poking around. Your brother won't be my last arrest this month. I said nothing, but he stepped closer. Promotions don't wait for people who go soft. An hour later, my brother called from...
Bro, talking about promotions, don't go soft. You're the one who literally buys drugs and plants it into people's backpacks.
Jail and whispered, just forget about me. I looked at the file Reyes had tried to take from my hand. No, I said, I'm handling it. I stood outside the station with a
Yes,
reporter the
handle
next
it.
morning with all of the evidence. Reyes walked outside and froze in front of cameras he wasn't expecting. He said every arrest was clean. Then the reporter held up the stack of files on live television. Officer Reyes has been planting illegal substances on victims to raise his drug arrest numbers and earn promotions. She turned the top file toward the camera. One shortcut had followed every person
That's
he framed,
crazy.
and now it pointed back at him. My brother's public defender called before noon. They're dropping the charges, she said. Go get him. When my brother walked out of jail, his voice was steady for the first time in days. You didn't forget about me. I pulled him in with both arms. I handled it.
Finally.
We got a call from a woman crying, saying she was in a gas
What?
station getting robbed. She said
The title is This Robbery Makes No Sense. What do you mean?
he had a gun, and we immediately rushed over. We ran inside with our weapons drawn, but weirdly, everyone was calm. We were suspicious, but the cashier didn't look nervous.
Chat, why was everybody calm and why is the cashier not nervous at all? What?
But then he pointed outside. There he is. He was getting in his car, and when we ran out yelling, "Hey, stop!" he panicked. He got in his car and sped away, and we immediately started chasing him. He was terrified, but we weren't slowing down. He stopped at a house and tried
He's getting cooked. He's getting cooked by
to
cops.
run inside, but just before he could, we caught him. Freeze! He was shivering. He dropped his gun and begged us not to shoot. We cuffed him, but
Like, are these animations AI or actually real? Because I think this is too bad to be. I think this is too good to be
weirdly,
AI.
he didn't have any money on him. All he had was some bread and peanut butter. Where's the money? But he swore he had none. Stop lying! Where are you hiding it? But he kept going.
Chat, he doesn't even have money. His story needs to make a face reveal and a voice reveal, not gonna lie.
Sorry, I just needed food and I don't have a job. Please, it's for my kids. None of us believed him. He was hiding the money somewhere, but as I was about to break his car window and search it, I heard something. Dad, what's happening? I turned, and a little girl was standing in the front door. She looked paper thin. Go inside, sweetheart, please. She picked up the loaf of bread and said, "Is this for us? Yay, you're the best dad ever." I realized it was true. He didn't have any money and had to rob the gas station just to get some food to feed his kids. I don't know
I know that's true.
why, but it got to me. Uncuff him. They were shocked. What? Why? Do it. Now. They took the cuffs off, and I told him to never steal again, then let him go. He ran inside and hugged his daughter, and I watched
Just at least give him a warning not to steal again.
crying while we left. I woke up in a hospital bed after being in a coma. No idea of how I got here, and my mom looked down at me with
Dude, why is the mom so mad that he woke up? Why is she mad?
a disgusted look on her face. I was confused because I thought she'd be happy I was awake, but instead, she yelled, "Do you have any idea of the damage you've done?" Her face filled with anger.
What
You don't get to
damage
wake up and
did he
pretend you're
do?
innocent. I can't even look at you. She was talking like I did something really bad, but I couldn't remember anything.
I wonder
And when I
what
looked
she
down,
did.
I saw my arms
You
were
did.
covered in scars. What did I do? Mom,
Why
please,
did
tell
I
me what I
cover in
did, I begged.
scars?
She sat down in tears. The police are involved. You're not escaping this. I froze because cops meant this was serious. What are you
What?
talking about? She shook her head. It's too much to say right now. And she walked out. That's when it
What?
hit me. My
What
little
did he
sister Lily
do?
wasn't there, which was strange because we're so close. When Mom came back, I asked, "Where's Lily? Why hasn't she come?" Her face went cold. "She doesn't want to see you. She's hurt because of you." I gasped. I'd never hurt
Okay,
my
that's not
sister.
even
I'd
true.
die for her. Did I hurt her? Just tell me what happened. She took a breath, and the truth came out. You, me, and Lily were in the car. You grabbed the wheel while I was driving and caused the accident. That's why you have scars on
Okay, no, bro.
your arms. Your sister is severely injured because of you. Then suddenly, a flash hit me. My hands, screaming, glass shattering. But something was off
Guys, I don't think he did that. I don't think he did it.
because I knew I'd never put my sister in danger. Now that you're awake, the police come tomorrow. You deserve to rot in there. But the next morning,
That's crazy coming from your mother.
the unexpected happened. 2 officers walked in to take me away. As they put cuffs on me, the door flew open. It was Lily, running in, completely unharmed. "Stop! He didn't do anything." My mom went pale and tried to stop her, but Lily stood in front of me. Mom was on her phone.
Bro wasn't even harmed.
The whole drive. My brother told her to stop, but she didn't listen. And when the car came, he threw his arms around me and took the hit. That's why he's covered in scars. Mom was the one who caused the accident. I looked down at my arms. My hands were wrapped around my sister, not the wheel. My mom made me believe I caused it to save herself. Then the officers turned to my mom, who was speechless. They took the cuffs off me and put them on her instead. Lily threw her arms around me. You're my hero. I woke up in a hospital bed after being in a coma.
That's
No
good,
idea.
chat.
My dad turned on the kitchen light at 2 a.m. and caught me raiding the fridge, already surrounded by
Okay, little bro's raiding the fridge. Bro's gonna eat that chicken.
empty plastic wrappers. He tapped the insulin pen by the sink. Your sugar levels have been screwed up all week. If you have one more night of binge eating like this, you're going to be back in the hospital.
I know, bro. He could have hallucinations or something.
Shut the fridge and held up a hand. I'm done, Dad, I swear. But behind my back, I had my fingers crossed, because there was a whole rotisserie chicken on the top shelf, and I already knew I'd be back for it. The next night,
Isn't the rotisserie chicken healthy though? It's not candy. It's
waited
healthy.
until the house went quiet and crept down at 1:55 a.m. The chicken was still on the top shelf, wrapped tight in foil. I peeled the foil back, but Dad's head was staring up at me from the plate. "Hello, son!" I screamed and threw the whole thing across the kitchen. When I stumbled backwards, I hit the stove and the oven door dropped open beside me. Dad's legs were folded on the rack inside, still in his
What?
slippers. I clamped my hands over my mouth. It's not real, I told myself. The sugar's just
What? They scored on Messi? Ronaldo's better. Wait, what?
my brain. I'm hallucinating. I spun around and the fridge was wide open. My real dad was behind the door and the cold chicken was tucked under his arm. I aggressively shook my head and snapped back to reality. On top of the chicken, there was a photo of his face.
Guys, I gotta go. I'm gonna watch the game. Goodbye.